Uh, Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, because there are participants across the continent. So, um, first of all, this is Murli here. I welcome you all in this today's webinar organized by Crave Infotech. And the webinar subject is Optimize and Accelerate Business Automation using SAP iRPA, Intelligent Robotic Process Automation. So, today my name is Murlidhar Remne. I'm from business and operations side, and I'll be moderating this webinar. And I have along with me Mr. Bhushan Dubey, who is our subject matter expert, techno-functional consultant, expert for this SAP IRPA. So I think let's start. So uh, I will just quickly take you through about Crave Infotech because just wanted to brief about who we are, what we do, and just in a couple of minutes, and then we'll come to the subject. So, see, we are ISO 9000 certified company, 13 years old organization, operational from 2007, and we are independent software solution vendor. We are partnered with SAP for all three: sales, build, service, partnership. And along with that, we have other two premium partnership. One is Zebra, who is again premium mobile computing devices manufacturer globally, and we have ISV as well as reseller partner there. And we also work closely with Here Technologies for geo-enablement solutions. So, having headquartered in New Jersey, we have physical presence in USA, India, Brazil, and Africa. And from here, we are serving our global customers. We have a number of customers in North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. So, this is just a short brief about the organization. Now, if you look at this is our major business is digital transformation, and this, if you look at left hand side, these are the services we provide using digital transformation services. So we work in SAP Intelligent Enterprise, SAP ECC, S4, here greenfield projects, customization, managed services, migration activity. Then SAP Cloud Platform, we have a number of customers and services in SAP Cloud Platform. Then we also have our own prepackaged solutions. 40 plus prepackaged solutions are on SAP App Center itself. And we are also closely working with Zebra and Here Technology, as I mentioned earlier. And the right hand side, if you look at, these are the focus services: the warehouse management, enterprise asset management, field services and supply chain, and RPA. So this is just for a quick overview. These are our prepackaged solutions. If you look at, we are touching every functionality of the organizations. Enterprise asset management, we have really big portfolio: maintenance, preventive, breakdown, calibration, field scheduling, planning workbench. Then we in supply chain also entire warehouse management, direct store delivery, all those automation solutions we have directly integrated with SAP. So managed dashboards, multiple approvals, then customer side automation with sales order automation, customer portal, connected assets and IoT, in which we work in on telematics, geo-enablement, route optimization, and so on. And in HR also, employee performance and IT declaration automations. We have comprehensive software for healthcare. This is a complete software for healthcare industry, hospital management industry. So this is just a brief overview of the customer clientele we have. Um, we are working in utility, oil and gas, and pharma industry. These are have major customers over there. So coming back to today's topic, the business process automation using iRPA, this particular diagram we have taken from SAP's presentation, just wanted to correlate how human, image and the robotic automation are uh, re- relating to each other. So if you look at the brain when we think, right? So this is a machine learning activity. Then through our mouth ears we look at, listen and speak, so this conventional AI or chatbots we have developed. Then the heart is heart of the business, it's intelligent applications for industry, and execute we do it through arms, so intelligent robotic process automation. So just wanted to correlate. Now directly coming to the subject, we instead of spending time on mentioning on or briefing on the robotic automation processes, how SAP briefing on the features and benefits, we thought we will directly take you through some case studies we have worked on for our customers in business process automation. So this is one of the first case study we wanted to discuss over here. I have with me my colleague Bhushan. As I said, he is a subject matter expert, and after I'll just shortly brief about this use case, and he will take you through the solution workflow, what we did for this particular requirement, and the short video also, just to get you through how we have done the automation over there. So here if you look at in this use case, the customer every month, the finance operations team, they used to carry out the process of accruals, okay, which involves accruals data, Excel coming from several end users, which is then validated, prepared in specific formats and posted into system. So this finance team, they used to perform the analysis to identify instances where the values work done for contracts or POs is exceeding the actual contract value. And then in that case, they used to reverse the accruals, okay, for the same. So there were multiple activities involved over there, multiple mails receiving from different business departments, call out the data in Excel, compare it in SAP, prepare the final sheet, and then JV posting, okay. And this all entire activity was manual activity. There was no validation, dependency on multiple teams, multiple JV posting. So we what we did, how we helped customer. So we developed or designed multiple bots to automatically read and receive files from users, okay, in a folder location, Excel format. And then we refine the business process and validate it based on the system data, and then post it into system. So of course there were exceptions also, and to take care of exceptions, what we did is then notify individual users with errors to correct the data. So that also provision we made. The business benefits customer got out of that was phenomenal. If you look at the right hand side, the before and after scenario we have given, we reduced the workload of finance department heavily, because every month last 4 5 days they used to work on these 4 5 days completely stressful activity, manual checks and email exchanges, which we reduced it to almost 10 minutes, so they can focus more on high value tasks. So here, in fact, I will involve Bhushan to talk about this, solution workflow and the video. Bhushan, over to you.
So, as Murli said, there was a vast difference in the time that is consumed in manual process and the automation use case we did. So, I'll make you aware of the technical aspects and the workflow of this process. We developed a couple of bots that automated the process of accrual posting. So, the workflow you see on the screen. Yeah, the blue boxes were the manual process, and the orange box is the process performed by the bot. So I will focus more on the things which is performed by the bot, the automation part of the thing. So basically, we designed four bots for the accrual process posting. What first bot did is it read the accrual data. Basically, the finance team receives data from different departments in the form of Excel attachment in emails. So the first bot did, what the first bot did was uh, it read attachments from the email, collected all the data needed for the accrual posting, and stored in a central local repository. Now we come to the second bot. What second bot did is it reads data from the Excel which is stored in the local repository. It sends the data to the SAP via BAPI. Remote function calls are used for sending the data. In the system, the data is validated. There are different fields that are validated like WBS, GL account, then purchase order, contract. There are various fields which are validated in the system and a response is generated. What happens is if the data which we post, the data that is read from the Excel and posted into the system, if it's invalid, then then an response email is generated and sent to the particular business team or vendor asking for rectifications. And if the data is valid, then the data is stored into the SAP table.
Yeah.
So this is what the second bot does. Then we have created a custom code for downloading the data that is stored into the final table. The what third bot does is it downloads the data into an Excel onto a local drive and stores the final data. Also, I would like to bring to your notice that before the data is stored into the SAP table, the SES is generated. Uh, we use standard functions like ML84N to compare to get the data of unreleased SES and compare it with the accrual data from the customer. If there's any difference, for example, PO amount is less than the amount in the system, then we add the difference in the custom table. So yes, FCS is also generated before the data is stored into the table. So what the third bot does is it downloads the whatever the data that is stored into the final table into an Excel template which is ready for posting, JV posting. So the need of different bots is as there's a manual intervention is needed for approval. So after the Excel is generated, final Excel is generated, then we have performed GUI automation to use the standard JV upload program to upload the data and complete the process of accrual posting. So what code does is it runs JV upload program using the SAP GUI and post the data. So in either case, if the data is invalid, then a mail is sent to the respective department, or if the data is valid, then a confirmation email is sent to the specific vendor or department before and after the actual posting. So I will show you a little video of how the bot works, and I will be pausing in between to let you know what is exactly happening.
Okay. So you will be sharing your screen, Bhushan, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so this is the complete solution picture we have tried to give in a workflow process, and Bhushan will actually show you through video how this process is taking place.
So please let me know when my screen is visible.
Yeah, yeah, yes, Bhushan, your screen is visible.
So here's the actual data Excel from which the data is to be uploaded. Now this is the mailbox. Before the bot run, I'm showing you the mailbox. This is the SAP table in which the data will be stored. Now the bot is run. What the bot is doing right now is reading data from an Excel stored in a local repository. The actual data that is stored in Excel in a local repository is read by the bot. So there are three to four processes that happen in between. But I have to tell you orally what's happening exactly. So what this what it has done basically is retrieve data from the Excel. It has read the Excel, then it pushes the data from the Excel to the SAP using the BAPI. There the data is validated, a response is generated, and either the data is saved or discarded, and the response is generated, and again the response is grabbed by the bot and written in Excel file. So here it is writing a response in an Excel file which will be mailed to the respective departments. So for now we have put our own mail ID for demonstration purposes. You will see the mail arrive right now. So the response Excel is generated in which it shows whether the records are updated or not. If there's something wrong in a specific record, then that specific number of lines shows errors. Okay. The response Excel name is mostly the timestamp, so it's easy to guess. So here we can see now that the data we stored, the data that was stored in accrual data Excel is uploaded to the SAP table as expected. And the SCAs are generated as well. Now we have run the third bot which generates the Excel of the data that is stored into the final table with SCs and all. We have performed SAP GUI automations to do this. All these clicks and steps are automated by bot. So an final Excel template is generated. Following is the Excel that is generated, the final Excel before JV posting. So now we run the last bot for JV posting process to complete. So here's the end of the accrual posting process. We have automated the process end to end. Over to Murli.
Yeah, thank you, Bhushan. So here we could see that how the entire process we have automated, right? Um, using SAP iRPA. Yeah. Now I'm just taking you to another use case quickly, because this is again for one of the customer in which we wanted to automate the invoice extraction and posting in SAP. So here again, if you look at the problem statement, that the sales team will have daily hundreds of invoices, and the finance team daily receives it from uh, multiple several business partners. It is coming through emails, and which is required to be validated. Again, it is in different formats, so we required to be validated, prepared in specific format, then posting into the system. So this was complete manual execution, and this used to take a lot of time during the month end. Okay, so and again, very importantly, it was highly prone to errors. Okay, so what we did over here is we developed bots. Okay, we designed bots to automatically download the files from an inbox, so Outlook or email, and extract that data using OCR services. So we have used OCR over here to extract the data from different invoice formats, and then validate it, and then park the invoice into SAP system. So of course, again here, as I said earlier, also there are exceptions which we handle through notifying individual business partners with errors to correct the data. So we have given that provision and keep the extracted data into SAP system for audit log perspective. So here again, the results were phenomenon. If you look at the business benefits at right side, the earlier and after, the before, the hundreds of invoices daily used to receive at finance department. Every day it was 2 to 3 hours activity for manually checking everything, email extract, validating the formats, which we with using SAP IRPA, which we did it just in few minutes time, and it is a complete faster error-free execution. So the business benefits were reduce the workload of finance team across BUs, and faster processing time, which increased the efficiency and even improved the data quality. There was no scope for any manual errors. So this was another use case. Quickly, we wanted to show you through this solution workflow, as well as very short video. So over to you, Bhushan, again. Could you please explain this workflow quickly and the video?
So basically, we have developed three bots for this process. The workflow we have broken up into three bots. What first bot does is it downloads the invoices from the email and stores into a central local repository for later retrieval. When the second bot is run, it will grab the PDFs and other form of documents, whatever it may be, uh, of the invoices, and it will upload it to an OCR service. It will provide it will push the PDF to an OCR using APIs. It's a very interesting use case. We have used different APIs like SAP OpenText, then Space OCR, PDF OCR, and various other. So in this case, we have used SAP's document information extraction service and performed the use case. So what? This second what does is it uses the API of the document information extraction service. It pushes the PDF over to the API. It then retrieves the data, that is the raw data, that is provided by the OCR. It retrieves the data and processes the data to extract out the needed fields, the required fields that are used for SAP posting. After the data is retrieved, the data extraction process is done. Then the extracted data is uploaded to an SAP system via BAPI remote function call. There the different fields are validated, like the PAN number, then the vendor ID, and various other fields are there like GST number, purchase order, amount, and various other fields are validated. And if the all the validations are successful, then the data is posted into the SAP system for later retrieval by the third bot, or else the data is discarded and a mail is sent to the respective vendor for the rectifications, whatever it may go wrong. Like for example, if the PAN number is wrong, then mail is sent to the specific vendor for correction in the invoices. So it eliminates complete manual intervention. Now, when the third bot is run, the data stored into the SAP repository is retrieved and parked into the SAP using the BAPI remote function call as well. So here's how the breakup is. It is done into the three different steps. Now I will show you the video and tell you as well what's going on. Uh, I'll share my screen now. So is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, Bhushan. We can see your screen.
So here's the PDF invoice from which the data will be extracted and stored or parked. So following fields are extracted for validation purpose: purchase order, PAN, SES, GST, account number, vendor code, and email. These things are validated. Now we are running the bot. So what it did now is it extracted the data, and we have created a pop-up just for the sake of understanding that the data is extracted from the PDF invoice PDF. Now when we run the second bot, the extracted data is parked into the SAP via BAPI remote function call. So the parking process is complete. I'll show you the mailbox as well. An email has arrived. If there's a problem, then if there's any problem, like some field is invalid and all, then it's mentioned in the mail. And if it's successful, then only the invoice is sent over to the mail. So that indicates that the parking of the invoice is successful. So over to you, Murli.
Yeah, thank you, Bhushan. So I'm just sharing my screen again. So we were here. So Bhushan shown you this, explained you about this solution workflow provided to customer, and then he also shown the video, short video about the solution. So just a minute. Yeah. So I wanted to discuss. So before that, so these are the components. I hope you are all are seeing my screen, right, Bhushan?
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So we were discussing about SAP Intelligent RPA, and we see that there are these three major components: SAP Desktop Studio for project development, then Cloud Factory for orchestration and monitoring, and desktop agents, and in which the SAP applications as well as non-SAP applications, which all we cover. You can see this at right hand side. I'm just quickly taking you through the rest of the things because to arrive the question and answer session, we would like to take further. So what we achieve is future proof your processes with a business technology platform. This is the entire process excellence activity in wherein we understand existing processes, integrate with SAP and non-SAP applications, build new business processes, then automate it, the entire activity through SAP iRPA, and monitor the process to optimize and automate. So these actually these again we saw these three components: the design, the orchestrate and monitor and run. And actually who are using, who can use this IRPA? It's the expert developers, citizen developers, or business process expert. What we do is we build bots to augment and automate human tasks across LOBs and industries. And how what we achieve is we achieve the save time, cost, reduce human errors substantially. That is what we have seen. So just a minute. I'm sorry. I think uh, I hope my screen is visible to all. So if you look at these criteria, we here we have discussed ki what could be the criteria for selecting processes for this IRPA, because normally these are the major things we require. The one is the manual and repetitive. It has to be, of course. Then high volume data, multiple systems, and workaround for native integration. So when we say manual and repetitive, if you look at the consolidated, manipulate the data from multiple data sources like MS Excel, vendor portal, SAP systems, and access multiple applications during process execution. These again we can do it through web application or ERP or non-SAP systems. Then of course multiple systems and high volume we have tried to mention over here, okay, how this normally takes place. So approval follow up with multiple stakeholders. This is again normally it is the one of the things what we need to automate, which is a manual workflow trigger. Then automatic service ticket resolution or monthly reports or email integration. So all those things, these are the criteria for selecting this IRPA. uh, where we can create value using RPA is these are the areas. For example, shared services, which actually helps execute faster or reduce errors or optimize processes, or customer services, okay, where it helps increasing the customer satisfaction. Then financial transformation, which is one of the major, which we saw here, accelerating financial closings or reducing manual errors, which both the use cases were emphasizing all these financial transactions and sales transactions. And of course operations, to automate or monitor or increase the visibility of tasks. So these are the areas which we address or which we create values through our SAP IRPA. So um, now we are just talking here about SAP Intelligent RPA, how it's different from others. If you look at, these are the three major components, hyper automation, developers experience, and performance. On these three criteria, this SAP IRPA is different than um, other rest of the RPAs available, because if you see in hyper automation, native integration with SAP Intelligent BPM, or uh, technology collector connectors are there, dedicated connectors to SAP UI5 Fury and SAP GUI are given, and integration with SAP conventional AI. Just I'm quickly trying to cover it out. So this is again, these bots, number of bots are already available, sample bots are available to implement the best practices. So these bots are in finance, sourcing and procurement, sales, production. So they have already readily available bots are there which you can use. So you can browse these to SAP Intelligent RPA store.
So I would like to interfere in between a little.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yes, yes,
this
yes, sir.
is something I would like to highlight, that all these bots, pre-built bots in the store are free to use and are customizable. You can do your own customizations if you want. So it's pretty good compared to
Yep.
other
Yeah,
RPA.
yeah, that's right. And this again, we are trying to mention the how the RPA is different. So now with this, in fact, I would say, see, we being at Crave, being having all expertise in SAP IRPA, we can work with the customers for automating the processes. So here you bring your three challenges, and we can work along with you. We can work on POC as well and expedite the mobile journey. So with this, I would like to uh, stop here. So I wanted to have any question and answer session if it is, if any questions are there. At the same time, I also wanted to have quickly run through one poll of questions. So I'm just launching it. In the meantime, Bhushan, you can also address the questions from the audience. So I'm just launching the polling. This we wanted to have. So we wanted to uh, poll for these things. The first was, do you see any manual, repetitive, and high volume activity where RPA can play significant role in your organization? So uh, please rate whether it is yes, no, if you see any such opportunities there where RPA can play a role. Yeah, the second question was, are you also interested further to understand more specific to your use case, where definitely we can have one-on-one call with you and how RPA can provide the solution. So that again, you please let us know and we can connect one-on-one post seminar. And of course, the third question was, do you want to have Crave to contact you for any further requirement on RPA or digital automation? And the last question was, is this webinar helpful to you? So I think many of you have already provided the answers over here. So Bhushan, we can take questions if any. We will open it for any question for a couple of minutes, and then we will close the webinar. So I'm closing this poll, question poll. I hope everybody has. So please let us know if you want. I can unmute also, or you can come up with your question in the question and answer chat box. If any question is there, we will address it. Or
Also, if you have any questions later on, I can drop the email ID in the chat
yeah,
and you can reach out to us.
yes, yeah. Just put up your mail ID so that we can address it to them. Or you can also um, connect us with contact at. In fact, I have given my mail ID also here in the um, contact at craveinfotech.com, where we can get all the inquiries and we can connect you back for the requirement. So uh, I think with this, I'm not seeing any question at this moment. So uh, is it? I think it's fine if we close this webinar, right, Bhushan?
Yeah, yeah, we could do.
Okay, okay. So thank you so much. Thanks everybody for joining this webinar, and let us know. You can connect us one on one also for any query on SAP IRPA. Thank you so much for joining this webinar once again. Yeah. With this, we are closing this webinar.